Welcome back to the Tracy Take, and today Ryan and I will be breaking down the second Thanksgiving football game between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. But before we get into that, I want to do a little bit of a different intro as it is Thanksgiving. This is the season of thanks, and I speak for both Ryan and myself when we say we are both extremely grateful for you, the viewer, that watch our content and comment and reach out and kind of really helps motivate us, to keep doing this. We joke that on average now our shows have been getting about 30 views for every video, and we were so excited because a couple months ago it was just about 3 views a video, and it's all because of you, the viewer, and we really appreciate it, and we hope that you keep watching us and we keep creating great content for you. And with all that being said, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Hit that notification bell so you can see when we create new content. Like this video, comment on the video, and let us know your thoughts. And Ryan, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So this will be the second game of the day on Thanksgiving. Always one of the best traditions in sports. Just looking at it and just seeing where both these teams are at. The Raiders we've talked about a lot in the past because they're in the playoff hunt. But unfortunately, I think everything that's been going off the field, players that they've lost, the coach that they lost, I think it's all starting to kind of build up now as they have struggled over the past couple of weeks. I think they've lost 3 in a row now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And not really in like good fashions. Like they lost to the Giants that they should have beat, got blown out by Kansas City, and then kind of faltered towards the end against the Bengals today. We're recording this on Sunday, and I'm just looking at this. Well, I'll give my thoughts here in a second. What do you think of on how this game is going to play out and what the Raiders have to do to kind of keep their playoff hopes alive?
Well, I don't know if there's a ton of playoff hopes left in Oakland, or not Oakland, Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess one of the things that they can do is really kind of do what the Chiefs did and just kind of shut down the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
CeeDee Lamb left today against the Chiefs with a concussion that's going to be really
Mm-hmm.
hard for him to clear protocol. And then Amari Cooper is also still in COVID-19 protocol. And so that'll be tough for him to do as well in time for the game. So it's definitely things to keep your eye on.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I still think Dallas, with their rushing attack, is probably just going to be able to control the line of scrimmage
Yeah.
against the Raiders. And I just at that point, I just don't know if there's too much that they can do, because if you let Dak sit back there, he'll rip you apart.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and I think that's going to be the thing for me in this game is that Dallas just matches up so well against the Raiders. The Raiders have one of the weakest rushing defenses in the league, and the Dallas have one of the best rushing offenses in the league. With them being fifth overall, averaging 134 yards per game. As with both Dak running out of the backfield, Ezekiel Elliott will have his games. Tony Pollard is a solid backup running back and come in and kind of do everything that they need. And that's not even talking about the passing offense and all of the great weapons that they have on the offensive side of the ball. Now, that some of those guys might not be playing, as you already mentioned. CeeDee Lamb got a concussion today. We'll have to see. Sometimes even if you get a concussion now, you're not even going to make it to the next Sunday game, let alone the fact that this is on a Thursday. So we'll have to see the severity of it. Hopefully he's able to play. It'd be fun to watch him play. Amari Cooper was in COVID protocols today. We'll have to see if he is able to come back. I think he has to test negative twice within 24 hours for him to come back. I think it depends on a bunch of things. But if they lose them two, or if both of those guys are not in, that will make this game a little bit interesting because the Raiders' pass defense, they are 9th overall in the league in overall passing yards per game for defense. So that will make it interesting and kind of handcuff the Cowboys throwing the ball moving forward. But like you said, I agree with you. I still think the Cowboys are going to come on top in this one.
Yeah. I mean, even if you just look at the numbers, 5th passing, 5th rushing defense, and then their 19th passing offense, and then 10th rushing.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, I said that backwards. 5th, both passing and rushing offense, and then their 19th passing defense and 10th rushing defense.
Yeah.
I just think they stack up really well against the Raiders. They're big in the trenches,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they're just going to give them fits. I think even the Raiders team that was leading the division 4 weeks ago uh, would still have a tough time with this Cowboys team. I just think that the way that they match up, it's tough.
Yeah.
So
Well, and this is though the definition. I mean, this is a clear example of the difference between these two teams. Like the Cowboys, they're going to be able to really play against the pass and drop back seven and only rush four every single time because they've Cowboys have got a good front seven led by
yeah,
Randy Gregory. Mika Parsons is turning into a beast. Keanu Neal is also
yeah,
up there as well. So they've got a solid front seven. So an issue with a team like this, which is not balanced, and the Raiders, who clearly like to
yeah,
pass the ball more than run the ball, makes it easy to defend, easy to game plan against. While
yeah,
with the Cowboys, let's say CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper both play, you got to worry about two fast guys on the opposite sides of the field. Then you still have other weapons, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz as well,
yeah,
that you have to worry about throwing the ball. Oh, and also maybe they will just hand the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott, and he
yeah.
can
Or Tony
go,
Pollard.
or
I
Tony
know
Pollard as
Zeke got a
well.
little banged up uh,
Hmm.
in this past game on today, but
Yeah.
even then, Tony Pollard is still a threat out of the backfield, and so
Hmm.
definitely a lot more worries I think for the Oakland side than the Cowboys side. I think definitely on the Cowboys defensive side,
Hmm.
if they can just kind of keep that passing game in check. Derek Carr has been making more mistakes the last few weeks. I think they could definitely get some turnovers.
Yeah.
And I think this game could really turn into a blowout really, really fast.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. It's the right now the Dallas has the spread is they're 7 point favorites with the over under at 50.5. And honestly, I think if there's one thing I'm like a bet I'm pretty confident. I feel like this would be an over. I can
Yeah,
absolutely see this being a like 35-21 Dallas victory where it's
yeah,
56 points. I think I did the math. Yeah, 56 points. Um, it just with how close that offense is and really how weak this Raiders defense is in select portions of the game on the defensive side of the ball. And also both teams
yeah,
love to sling it around. So I think there's going to be some big touchdown plays. But um, really, so the playoff implications, I think Dallas kind of has the division locked up. Love to talk about Philadelphia here in future videos because they are 5-6. They actually are fighting for a playoff spot and have a relatively easy schedule moving forward. However, that being
yeah,
said, the Cowboys are still 2.5 games up on them. They still also have a relatively easy schedule as well with some good division games that they are favorable in. So I think the division is theirs. I think they're going to be fighting for just kind of which home seed they're going to have kind of moving forward or once we get to the playoffs. For the
yeah,
Raiders, though, we kind of get into this. This is a win or go home situation for them. If they don't win this game, I think their playoff hopes are done, in my opinion.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, so right now they're sitting at 11th in the AFC
mm-hmm.
at 5-5. And they currently don't have the tiebreaker against Kansas City, Los Angeles, um, and I want to say one other. Oh, Cincinnati, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because they
Cincinnati,
just
they
lost to
don't have it.
Cincinnati today.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's already three potential wildcard teams right there, and I know the other two are in their division, so one of them will win the division.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have Denver right behind them, still sitting at 5-5. I want to say Denver is on a bye this week,
Yeah,
so
they were. Mm-hmm. Yep.
we won't be seeing anything from them. But I just think if they go to 5-6, they pretty much have to win out. I think because their
Mm-hmm.
division is really competitive. They probably won't have a shot now that Kansas City's 7-4
Yeah. I win in the
to win
division.
the division.
Yeah.
But so their best hope is a wild card, and they're already down two tiebreakers.
Yeah. Well, and you also
So
think too the Chargers as well, and another team that they've lost to already that is a solid, well-rounded team. And then if you just look
yeah,
at the other wild card teams, like you haven't, you did mention the Colts, who
yeah,
are still on the outside looking in, but I think they're in the play. If they keep playing the way that,
oh
like they
yeah,
play today, I think that they're in the playoffs. I think they're going to find a way to get in, and it's not a team I'm going to want to that you're going to want to play
no, definitely.
come January. And so
Especially that's a dome team, but they are built to play cold weather football.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah. So I think for me, honestly, the Raiders they have to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive because it seems like they're just hanging on. The loss of Henry Ruggs was huge to that offense, and it kind of took away their deep threat. It feels like,
Yeah,
and then also then their inability to run the ball is just not going to be able to, I think, keep them in the playoff hunt. So they got to try and win as many
yeah,
games as they possibly can because
yeah.
they're just going to
The,
find matchups like this where they're they can't
in a
overcome them.
competitive AFC, you'll be teams will be really quick to fall off here in
Hmm.
the end of the season. So
Yeah.
I think overall, in terms of the Cowboys versus the Raiders, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I'm going to take the 7 points. I think they'll probably win by 2 or 3 scores.
Hmm.
Uh, you said 35-21. I'm going to say 31-17, I think is probably a realistic score for that. So,
Okay. I'm going with
but
the under too. I see. Okay, I like it.
oh, is that the under? I thought the under was 56.5.
No, that would still be the under. 31 plus 17 is 48.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's
Oh,
50
my
and a
bad. My bad.
half if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Marketing major.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't mess up the math. I always thought it would be me. I always thought I'd say, "Oh, I'm going to take the over 9-3." Will be the final
yeah.
score. I'm like, wait,
No, okay. So
that
then
math doesn't
I
add
guess
up.
I'll take the under. I think it'll just turn into a game where the clock's just going to move quick and
Well, I
uh,
think it's going
a
to
lot
turn
of running
into
plays.
a game similar to today with the Bengals and the Raiders. The
Yeah.
Raiders are going to hang tight, and then they're just going to just the defense is going to give in, and they're going to give up some big plays. The offense is going to make a couple mistakes the second half, and then it's just
Hmm.
going to get out of hand really quickly. So I could see it in that instance being an under, where the Raiders keep it close, and then it's just a couple of plays that the Raiders just fall asleep on, both offensively and defensively, and then next thing you know, it's 32-13, like how it was today with the
Yeah.
Bengals. So,
Yeah. But I don't know. All in all, I think the Cowboys should have a fairly easy game. They still
mhm,
have to show up and play, but uh, it should be, I think, relatively X's and O's for them. They
yeah,
shouldn't have to think about it too much. But
mhm.
I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Tracy Take. Again, we are super thankful for all of our viewers. And if you have made it this far, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe and hit that bell notification so we can send you a message every time we post a video. You know what? Leave a comment down below and let us know what you think of this game and who you think is going to win. And we will see you guys next time.